Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to another live stream with oxygen not included. It's of course Tuesday night, and we're working on a new update. Last Thursday, we got to play around with the new beta branch for the Rocketeering upgrade. And now we're going to start a new colony off with, like right from the beginning in this update. So, this one's supposed to come out next Thursday, next Thursday, I believe, is when this is supposed to come out into the core part of the game. So we're still playing on the beta branch, but I wanted to start a brand new colony out and kind of build our way up to that astronaut point where we can launch off into space. And sort of make that our mission. Now, I've selected 3 duplicates here already, based on some attribute flipping to try and find somebody who would be workable. They may not necessarily be perfect, but they should be a good working crew for us to work with. And I've already selected a couple of names from people that were here in the chat already that sent in some super chats and things. So thank you, all of you who are here so far. I'm going to click the embark button. Oh, and incidentally, the name of the colony is the Inescapable Space Prison, which I thought was just too appropriate to change. I didn't make that one up. That's one of the ones that's in there as like a random choice. So we're going to embark on mission and get this new colony started, and then see what kind of progress we can make today. Sort of setting up all of those core basics and things to get everything going. But welcome everybody who's here in the chat so far. Hopefully we'll make some good progress today, and see what we can do to try and bring in a whole bunch of duplicates. Now, in the past, I've certainly brought in a lot of duplicates into the colony, and I don't really see any reason why we should change that. Aside from starvation and death, which, you know, is just par for the duplicate lifestyle in our colony, so we'll keep doing that. So I'm going to bring in a whole bunch of duplicates again. We'll try to name as many people as we can off of people who like to participate in the stream, and we'll see how it goes. Moss A, $2 super chat. Is it too late to dip? Let's go to the moon! It's going to be a little while to get to the moon. The research tree is pretty large now, so I imagine it's going to take us a little while to kind of get through it all. But, yeah, it should be good. I've really been looking forward to playing around with this update. Now, in terms of our layout, I think I'm going to do, like, a bathroom on the right-hand side here. We'll maybe do living quarters above that. The left-hand side, I'm going to try and do, like, cooking facilities, rec room area, dining hall, and then in the middle, we're going to do our standard farm, which I can then tear out later on when, you know, we start to move on to other crops and things. But it seems to be kind of the best place usually for growing mealwood because of the temperature settings and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a decent amount of water here. Not bad. 3 pools of it to work with. So that gives us certainly a good starting point to work from. And then, of course, we'll try to find some geysers and that sort of thing. See what we can get to. This one over here actually might be kind of convenient for the cooking area because it's actually sort of just going to be like right below that space where I'm going to do the cooking from. So it should work good. I'm going to start digging a well down below here so we can get a place for our CO2 to drop down. Gonna go on both sides. And I should probably get going to the bathroom right away before the duplicates pee all over the floor on me. Lord knows they've done that before. Hopefully they don't seal any of these poor little shine bugs in the floor. Spookus! CrypticFox, hello, and thanks for all the fish. I'm a dolphin. Fish shall become a dupe. Name it Dolphin. Alright. What's the thing you're most excited about with this update? I gotta tell you, the rockets are super cool. So, I think what I like about the update, I mean, the rockets obviously are really cool, but it just seems to add so much more depth to the late game. Because the research tree takes quite a while to get through now. It's really big. So there's certainly that component of it. I'm just gonna dig this thing up here. And then, you know, you kind of have that long-term objective to shoot for, which I think is sort of neat. Because it's definitely going to take us a while to get to the point where we can launch anyone into space. There's a lot to do and a lot to build. So, you know, imagine that's going to take just a little while. I need to get this dug out over here so I can get... I need to get a ladder built down here so we can do a little pitcher pump so we can grab some water. Otherwise, our poor duplicates aren't going to be able to wash their hands when they go to the bathroom, and nobody wants that. And they're on break time. But they have nothing to do on break time. They're just going to hang... You know what? Let's just modify things. I feel like at the start of things, they don't really need break time. Yeah, we use that as their schedule. It's not gonna help their stress at all, but we're gonna take away their breaks. Work them like a slave colony. Sorry, April 25th, $2.99 super chat. Make a Caleb dupe. Caleb dupe. Did they fix Mind Oxalite not working? That's a good question. It does not look like it. There's a lump of oxalite sitting there. It is, I mean, it is going down, but I can't tell. It says it's emitting oxygen. The mass of it is going down, so I don't know. It's not creating the animation like the little air bubbles, so it's a little hard to tell, but it is shrinking, which would suggest that it's going down. I don't know. We shall see. I can't build there yet. I gotta dig that up. Live epically with the $5 super chats. Activate interlocks. Dynatherm's connected. Infracells up. Mega thrusters are go. Let's go, Ultron Force. Did you look that up? I find it hard to believe you just remembered all that. Dupe name Sarah Beep. Also purple for A. $2 super chat from Moss. Thanks, Moss. Okay, they're really prioritizing digging. This is funny. Okay, I think we need to increase our sub-priority on the toilets. Usually, I feel like there's somebody that prioritizes building stuff a little bit earlier on than this. I've never had them wait that long to build the toilets. And they peed on the floor. Great. Fabulous. One of the earliest things I told them to do was build a toilet. What'd they do? They waited until they peed on the floor. They had to christen the colony. I suppose now it's suitably christened. Okay. It looks like they're just sort of going in the order, actually, that I told them to dig the things, or build things. So, let's tweak the priorities a little bit. We'll get them to work on this stuff here, and they can do the CO2 well there later. You never dig up oxalite? I normally don't either, but it was in my way, so I'm chopping it up. Got all these fancy lights in the bathroom. That's kind of nice. Okay, we have a pitcher pump, so now they can supply water to our wash stations, which is good. Our duplicates can finally have clean hands and feel a little bit better about themselves after they go to the bathroom. Sounds like you have a new puppy or three. Yeah, it's kind of a lot like what they are, really. They're kind of like a bunch of new puppies. New, very poorly house-trained puppies. Okay, they finished building that tile there, so we can stick this in place. Lots of new stuff they added with this update, too, in terms of, like, storage containers and things. So, in the past, where we've had to, like, pump things into a reservoir and then try to pump from there to somewhere else, now we can put it into, like, storage tanks and then tap into the storage tank, and I don't think we need a pump for that, which is awesome. So we can just, like, set up piping, and when we want to turn it on, we do, and we get the flow of things. So, kind of want to get to a place where we can get the wastewater for things to just store in a reservoir tank so we don't have it out in the open, and then it's not producing polluted oxygen, not adding germs to the colony, and a variety of other wonderful things. All right, duplicates. Let's build your ladder upwards so we can worry about bedrooms. Now, I'm going to try and shoot for the maximum morale boost here. So we're going to try and set separate rooms for our duplicates. They may not be as ostentatious as they were before, but I want to have enough space for each of them to have their own private room, because that'll give them a little extra boost. So we check out the rooms up here and look at barracks. They get a morale effect of +1, but if you actually give them a bedroom, they get a +2. That just requires single cot, or sorry, oh no, it requires a luxury bed. So we won't be able to do that right away, but we can at least get ready for it, so that when we get to the point of getting plastics, we can get that extra morale boost. I mean, not that it's, oops, there we go. Not that it's really like an enormous boost you get off of it, but it is something. Rockets are pretty awesome. Have you reached, oh, $5 super chat. Last time you killed me, Joe. How about Broseph now? Thanks, Opalfire. No, were you Joe? You can't be the fateful Joe. And our fabulous Joe versus the volcano colony. Okay, I'm gonna set our research a little bit lower down than I normally do. I usually do it up above, but I want to try a little bit of conscious heat management here this time around, and do our research buildings and things in a place where we don't have to worry as much about thermal impact. Because the research does consume a lot of heat. Or produce a lot of heat, rather. Lucas Souza, $2.17. I have no idea what that currency is. Rubles? I don't know. Follow you since 10K. So proud of you. Thanks, Lucas. Appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for following so long as well. What's the seed? Here's the seed. Seed number is 213-920-9869. I will put that in the description of the stream afterwards when it saves on the channel as well. So if you're watching the stream right now and you want to look up that seed, you can find it there and copy it. As soon as you build a Great Hall, it has a +10 morale boost. Yeah, it's great. The Great Hall is awesome. So I mean, the regular mess hall gives you +3, but then it's like +6 for the Great Hall. So when you add like the Great Hall plus the barracks, which gives them +1, is 7, and then you're looking at +1 or +2 for bathrooms, and then recreation rooms. I mean, you got all kinds of good stuff going on. It's funny, the recreation room doesn't show you their actual morale boost you get off it, where the other ones actually give you the value. Increasing the downtime at the end of the day increases morale more than the single bedroom. Yeah, but we want to do both. We're just kind of... See, the tricky part now is that we can't show the jobs board yet because we haven't got it researched. We'll have to do that soon. We'll get the jobs board going. The thing with... Sorry, I lost my train of thought here. I was looking at what I was going to dig out over here. The thing with the break time is that, or the new update is that when you go to the point of being an astronaut, it's like +35 morale you need, which is crazy. Like, we'll have to set up all kinds of stuff to be in really good shape for these duplicants in order for them to get that kind of a morale boost. So there's going to be a lot of focus on that. Are rubles Russian? Maybe it might be. Could be. We have another duplicant coming in. Let me see. We've got anemic squeamish, irritable bowel, or squeamish slow learner. Oh my gosh, this is just... Good lord. I feel like the irritable bowel is the one that's going to be the one we're going to go with. The rest of the stats really aren't that bad. All right. Let's see. What do we got here for super chats? I'm going to grab another person who fired one of those over. We already got Rangy. Let's go with Moss. All right, Moss, you can be Rowan. Welcome to the colony. Print. Duplicate number 4. Now, they're all working on a schedule that doesn't give them any break time, so you can see their stress is already starting to build up a little bit. I don't want to do this for too long, because I don't want them getting all unhappy with me. Don't want them being super upset. Oh, so that's why, and there I thought you actually had become merciful. Merciful? We're not merciful. Okay, research is going to be party number 1 here. Let's get, we'll do a research station down here. Now, there is only little pockets of CO2 down here right now. The CO2 is going to get a lot worse. But we can dig even lower to let it go, just kind of drop even further below this. But in the meantime, we'll throw a manual generator in here. Stick that on there. Of course, we're going to want a battery in here too. I think I'll leave room for the supercomputer. So we can also stick it down here. It'd be nice ultimately to get some sort of a cooling setup for the supercomputer. Maybe we get to the point where we have pumps working. We can pump water up and use radiant piping to kind of cool the area around the machines that are producing the heat. This heat really is like one of the biggest enemies in the colony now. You can see it's already starting to encroach over here. And to a lesser extent over here, but in part because we haven't dug out all this area because they can't reach it. But things are a little warmer outside the colony here. Oh my gosh, is that... Oh, I thought there was a cold biome up there, but it's just one of those big spirally oxalite things. Ours Brazilian currency is about 68 cents Canadian. Oh, that's cool. What is the official Brazilian currency? I don't even know. I don't see any Connor androids around. I don't think so. Hey, Cryptic, why don't you leave the wild mealwood grow until you're ready to set up your own farm? It's free food. Yeah, I could do that, I guess. I mean, not that our kilocalories are really in that bad a shape. So, like, down here, if we switch over to our harvesting, we can set this up for harvesting. Get a small amount of food going over there. It's not going to be a ton. But I suppose it's something. Oh, is it the real? Is that what it is? The Brazilian real? Set one break and a third... Set one break a third in and the other 2/3 in. Limits downtime and allows... Well, actually, they have no breaks right now. I took away their breaks. I'm an evil taskmaster. I crack some heads. Okay, so we need to do research. And probably step number 1. Normally I go right for farming. Actually, maybe we should do that because they can start building the farm, but we're gonna need to get a jobs board going so our duplicants can start to do some proper work around here. I don't want lazy duplicants. Lazy duplicants are troublemakers. So wait, what updates have there been? They've added rockets to the game, so we can actually blast off in outer space using this star map to launch off to different planetary bodies. to find things and bring them back to the colony that we might need, which is kind of cool. There's some new storage containers and things they've added. Obviously, they've added in jobs related to the Astronaut, which is cool. There's some additional research trees to go. And the jobs specifically for the astronauts are definitely sort of hefty. So there's a lot involved in getting those. Let's work on getting some storage going here, because if we don't sweep up the floors, our team's gonna get a little grumpy. They don't like dirty floors. What was that noise about? All right. Maybe they were deciding to eat. But see, I didn't give them break times, but it's nice that they still actually take the time to eat on the bathroom floor. Rangy with a $2 super chat. Team Green greater than Team Voltron. Hashtag it's on. Isn't Team Voltron also Team Green? I thought that's how that worked there. Skinny Pete, $2 super chat. Yay, off today to watch stream. Thank God for PTO. Thanks, Skinny Pete. Appreciate the super chat and welcome. Glad you could make it out. All right, let's get this all set up. Get some organic in here. Oddly enough, we don't have any included dirt. That's interesting. I guess nobody's cleaned the toilets yet. I feel like I should probably rectify that situation. No pun intended. Okay, let's set this for priority 8 to clean the toilets, because while it's a dirty job and nobody likes doing it, it does need doing, otherwise they pee on the floor. Calitoast, are you getting a list? I don't think so. YouTube notifications are poop, you are correct. The consistency that they go out is not really that great. Can't send super chats if we're broke. We're not sending super chat every time. Don't worry about Super Nintendo. Super chats are not required. I appreciate them, but they are definitely not required. I'm going to set storage, actually, for 6. Maybe our duplicants will get around to cleaning things up. Actually, they're doing it to the exclusion of digging out the floor. That's okay, though. That's just where their bedroom's going to go. I feel like they're going to get more bang for their buck out of doing some digging. We'll set this for priority 6, too. Just so that if we do need the power, someone's going to run on the treadmill instead of running to tidy up the floor. Don't forget to turn off egg storage. Yeah. I don't think we have any eggs in there. Oh, critter eggs. No, you're right. It is on. Thank you. Normally, they don't do it unless... Oh, there's actually some eggs down here, so it's probably a good thing. Little shine bug egg. Sitting way down there. Enjoy stirring the pot. Never would have noticed. Should you use carbon skimmers? The answer is both yes and no. Carbon skimmers are super useful when they're necessary. So, I don't try to eliminate all the CO2 in my colony. And there's certainly a number of different ways to play the game. What I generally do, though, is I try to start off by digging an area that will let the CO2 sort itself below the oxygen layer. So you can see there's little pockets of it forming down here, so it's out of the road. It's not any kind of a problem. At some point, the CO2 pressure is going to build up, and then the carbon skimmer is certainly a really useful tool. You know, CO2 has its purposes, particularly when it comes to growing mushrooms and things. But you do want to clean up some of it at some point, and certainly that's a good option. I generally avoid using the algae terrariums. I know other people might really like them. I personally don't, so I make a point of not using those. All right. Oh, we didn't finish the research yet. I need to get jobs set up because I have some people that have high learning skill. I want them doing the research. I probably should have done that as research number 1. In fact, I'm tempted to switch it, but I think I'm going to keep it for now. Let's make a little more room for CO2 down here. We'll make sure that we have plenty of space to let the CO2 filter below the layer where people are actually working so they don't get all upset with me. Are you getting a dupe for the glory of the list? I make no promises. There's a lot of people that want to have duplicants. The pit's better than the carbon skimmer. Carbon skimmer eventually, but it has downsides and on day 10. Yeah, I've seen people try to focus on cleaning up CO2 too early in the colony, and I find that's often not the best time to do it because you're sort of using up resources that really could be used for something else. You know, rather than focusing on algae terrariums, for example. When the oxygen gets low in here, I have crazy amounts of oxalite in here. So if you're interested in a world seed that has a bunch of oxalite, this is probably a good one. Even when we dig down here, we're gonna uncover more of it. So I'm getting lots of oxygen production without even having to really produce any manually. That is gonna change. Then we'll have to start making more. But you know, I really should make this into a proper bathroom too. Seeing as how I haven't done that yet. Actually, let's do double dematic doors. I'm gonna get the just gonna get the oxygen level up in here. Keep it from blocking off. This will make it into, I believe, the latrine, which will give us a +1 morale effect. So nothing fantastic, but it does give us something. Polani with a $2 super chat. $2 to give just Voltron a little tiny break time. All right, where's Voltron? Voltron. Oh, you know what? We're going to have to go like this. We got to create a new schedule. Pause. Set this for work. No, work. There we go. And this one is going to be Voltron. There you go. Voltron's got the tiniest break schedule possible. Just a little tiny break for Voltron. Explain the list of people that don't get what it is. So Calitotus is referencing something from a long time ago where I started to do a list that I was trying to carry over between streams to like name duplicates and various other things. Realistically, it was just unmanageable, so I stopped doing it, but he just won't let it go. I'm going to set up ladders in here ahead of time. We might as well fill in this pocket of CO2. Or, it's not even CO2, it's just actually a vacuum. We'll fill up this vacuum with air. It's basically just going to spread out the oxygen that we have in place, but as long as I've got some free oxygen production, I might as well tap into this because I'm going to have to at some point anyway. Should you maximize room size? It really depends on what you need. For the bedrooms and things, I don't think that's necessary. Particularly if space is a challenge. Certain rooms you want to try to maximize as much as you can. Things like farming, so you have the greatest grow capacity and that sort of thing. However, there are plenty of other things that I don't think having... Man, somebody's got to get on this because I don't have a jobs board. There are plenty of other rooms I don't think that having maximum size is really that big. And I did use priorities to set the scientist. Oh, actually, yeah, we could go to job parties, I guess. We can give somebody that. So we'll get Rangi doing it because he's going to be our scientist anyway. Set him up on research. We'll turn off combat for everybody. Oops. There we go. Stop them from killing any little critters because we want to keep those around as long as possible. Nobody else really needs a priority right now. I'll lower that too. Ta-da! Research complete. Okay, we do farms, and since we can do farms, let's go ahead and work on this. This will give us access to the supercomputer and the all-important jobs board, as well as the water cooler, so we can start setting up our very first break room. Kitchen space, I'm planning it in here for them to prep food. Somewhere in this region. I don't know exactly how I'm going to lay that out. Above that, I'm going to do the dining hall. Above that, maybe we'll do the rec room there, I guess. Because we're going to do living quarters on this side, I think, initially. Maybe. Or maybe I should do a rec room in the middle right here, so they have easy access to it, and we'll do farming above that. I don't know. I'm so indecisive. Let's take all this out. Brian the Golden Freddy, $2 super chat. Can I be a dupe? By the way, you've been here since 10K. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate the support. Thanks for the super chat. I'm really glad you've been around that long. Jack Dorian, I'm still waiting for that playthrough where you can neither cancel nor delete. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? If I couldn't cancel or delete things, man, would I be in so much trouble? Even just the act of pausing. You know what? I want them to build this door. Give me these doors. That will seal that into a room for me. I can actually get a benefit off it. Another duplicate. Let's take a look back at the super chat list here. Caleb for dupe. All right, so flatulent gastrophobia. I hate dealing with flatulence, although some people, again, like it because they can tap it into it as a natural resource, but frankly, I find it to be a pain in the butt. Again, no pun intended. Mouth breather is going to breathe more oxygen. Loud sleeper can cause some problems. However, since I plan to have separate bedrooms for them anyway, I think probably this is going to be our go-to person right here, and this can be Caleb. Print. Welcome, Caleb. Hopefully you don't wake anybody up before we get bedrooms built, because that would be kind of a nuisance. Speaking of which, I might as well get those underway. Okay, so we're going to have a cot in each one. We'll separate each room. Now, in this case here, in the past, I've done these sort of like, where I was setting up like separate ladders so that each room had only one doorway entry, but I'm not going to bother with that, I don't think. They get the benefit just by separating them out this way. And they can handle running through each other's room a little bit, I think. It's not going to cause them, maybe, shouldn't cause them too much stress, I wouldn't think. I mean, in terms of the game, it will cause 0 stress, but I just mean in terms of, like, funny personal aesthetics. Okay, check our rooms. We do have a latrine now. That gives us some morale boost of +1. That'll be helpful when they finally get to sleep on actual beds. I'm sure that will help them all too. Person 8D with the $2 super chat. Hashtag needs more Durgan dupes. More Durgan dupes. Max size for the break room, I think, is not super huge. 64 tiles max for the break room. Beep, beep, boop, beep. We have two little schedules going, so we're getting like a little double boop kind of thing. Where are we? Where are we? Massage table. This one. I'm gonna throw a couple of these in here. So this is gonna be our massage room in here. We don't need a crazy amount of room for it. We use this space in here for our rec room. I guess I might as well set the door on the outer edge here. There's no point in having a lip there. Snoring on the ladder. That's raw skill right there, Caleb. Wow. Did I make enough room for that? I think I did. I forgot how big the snore effect was. For some reason, I thought it was only 2 out to each side, not 3. Carter Clark, Fox. Love streams and content. Learning a lot. Thanks, Carter. Glad you enjoy it. I appreciate the super chat. Thanks for the support. Make sure you wash your hands, you dirty little duplicants. I really should start getting farming going. We're at 23,000 kilocalories, and delaying is not a good thing. Oh, I need the next tier up before I can do the farm tiles. Drat. I think I saw a Steam Geyser area to the top when you use the thermal overlay. Oh, well, this here is actually a coil of oxalite. Not to say there couldn't be another spot here somewhere. Pinch of pepper nuts. It's funny how cold some of these are. Oh, it's a vacuum. I would explain that. I don't see any immediate geysers here. Nothing too close anyway. Started watching Oni streams, trying to figure out how to play it. Don't even play it lately, but just watch the streams. It's funny how that works. Okay, we have access now to the supercomputer, the water cooler, etc. Let's go and research our meal prep, because I want to get a hold of those farm tiles. But that is going to need the supercomputer, so we'll need to build that right in here. Power line in here. I think maybe I'll throw a second battery in too, so we get a little extra power storage, since we're going to have a couple machines running off of this now. Not bad on the temperature yet. How did someone give money? There's a little $ symbol at the bottom of the chat that does super chats, and then also anyone with a green name is actually a channel member, and they support the channel with like a $4.99 a month payment, and that gives them access to like special emojis and that kind of thing as well as a little fox head symbol that's beside their name. Skip the planter boxes. Yeah, lately I've been skipping the planter boxes because when you grow plants in the planter boxes, you need a 4-high space. If you use the floor tiles, you only need 3. So you can crowd a little bit more farming space in. I do actually like the planter tiles, or the planter boxes, because you can put airflow tiles underneath, and it helps with gas movement. But lately I've just been using the farm tiles instead of the planter boxes. All right, let's get these going. Try to finish off some bedrooms here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Floor across here. We need, obviously, to dig this out, so we're going to go a little bit higher. Look at all the sand up here. We're going to get tons of stuff dumping down on us soon. Jess Stewart, did you see my super chat? Oh, sorry. Jess Stewart, $2 super chat. Please call a dude more cowbell. Because the only prescription is more cowbell. Thanks for the super chat, Jess. Sorry, I missed that one. We got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. We have 5 duplicants in here, and they're probably going to start getting not so happy with sleeping on the floor. Let's do a little bit of additional priority on their bedroom space. We're trying to get this built, so these guys can have a more comfortable night's sleep. It's guys and girls, I guess. Looking forward to getting some insulated tile here we can put in this side over here too, because the temperatures over here are a little bit warm, and it is going to encroach on the colony if we don't insulate relatively soon after we get started there. Beep, boop, beep, beep. All right, let's take all this out. We need bedrooms now. 6 little duplicants will all have their own separate room, and there's enough room in there for 2 portraits in each one. So that should give them a pretty good morale boost overall. Really like your voice. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that. Your voice is so handsome. Now that's a tip, a note I don't get all that often. I do every now and then have people tell me they like my voice, but I think that's the first time somebody said it sounded handsome. I don't know how that works. I often joke I have a face made for radio. Alright. We need this computer built too. Oh, jobs boards. That was... Oh, man, how did I forget about that? We need a jobs board. Jobs board, priority 8. We're going to set that up here, I guess. So it's centrally located, close to where they sleep, so when they get up, they don't have to run far to go use the jobs board, if we're changing jobs anyway. And it's also kind of in the center of everything. Oh, I forgot to put wire in the little computer. Wait a minute. It says no wire is connected, but there should be a wire there. Oh, you know what? I think I missed putting a priority on that one little wire. I did. There we go. Face made for radio and voice to go with it. Thanks, Joshua. Did it make it on time? Close enough, Chew. We've only been playing for half an hour. 2 statues and 1 picture give you more decor than 2 pictures. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, because it'll give you 3 decor items. You can also, but if you put two pictures, you can put 2 planters. So then you got 4 decor items. And actually, let's see if there's actually anything that shows you on the flower pot. It doesn't tell you how much decor or how much benefit you get out of it. Nobody knows. Storage bins have a priority of 6. Yeah, they're running around sweeping things up. I guess I can cut down on that. We'll set them at priority 5 again. And then they'll start to do some of these other activities like digging and stuff. But cleaning up is actually a really valuable task for them to do, just for improving your decor values. You can see things are still a little red around here, but it gets dramatically better as you clean everything up. This should change it so 1 statue, 1 plant, 1 picture is max. Yeah, that would actually be neat. I think they've done a neat job of kind of tweaking the way the system works in general, in order to try to encourage a different type of usage in the game. Because it used to be pretty much you could just like throw down paintings absolutely everywhere. Oh, starvation! What the? Who's trapped? Of course you're trapped. Why wouldn't you be? I had him dig out the floor accidentally. That was probably not the thing to do. No! All right, somebody get him out of there. Let's. All right. Alert! Make the ladder. Get him out of there. All right, now go back to bed. Those of you who have beds. The rest of you go back to sleeping on the floor, or the ladder. Apparently, the ladder is more comfortable than the floor. Like 90% sure there's steam geyser area to the left. You hover just past it. You think so? Maybe. Very well could be. Like right here where the water is. Yep. That would make sense. We can't see the geyser, but this water here is the telltale sign that there's something there. So I'm sure there is a steam geyser there. Which will be very handy. It's nice to have water. And all that. Oh, jobs boards. Hooray! We can give people work. So they can be useful and productive and all that. Okay, Rangy's one of our research people, so we're going to put them here. We also have Voltron as another one. And they actually have an affinity for the job, too, so they'll raise up their research skill quick. Now, as soon as we start to boost these up, we're going to start to ratchet up the requirements all the way up to plus 30. Oh, they must have tweaked this a little bit. I thought I went to plus 35 by the time we got to an astronaut, but maybe I'm wrong. I do have a memory like a goldfish, so that's perfectly possible. James Holman can be a gopher, I guess, or a groundskeeper. So cleaning up or carrying things. Cleaning up or carrying... let's go with cleaning up. Moss A will put you working on apprentice miner. And Caleb can be an apprentice architect. So we'll focus on building, cleaning up, carrying stuff, and digging. Plus research, of course. Why are there no shipping or automation overlays in the upper right-hand corner? Those will appear after you unlock them through research. You'll also notice there's... I think there's something related to Rocketry that shows up there too, maybe. But once we start getting these unlocked down here is when they'll start to show up top. Which is funny because like ventilation isn't unlocked, but it shows. I don't know how it is. These are ones that they added in. Things like shipping and automation and stuff. So they won't show until you unlock them for whatever reason. Sometimes you see a thing and you're like, oh, band name. You make buildings? It's like putting together Lego blocks. All right. Meal prep research is done. I think we'll go to decor. Let's start working on that. In the meantime, these guys are doing a good job of digging all this stuff out. But let's go ahead and build some farming. Now, of course, for mealwood, it doesn't get any benefit out of being in an actual greenhouse. So we're just going to build this as an open air farm. Or actually, we're kind of uncovering a lot of ground. This might be an open lack of air farm. We shall see. Check that. Oh yeah, we got to build oxygen supply. Trying to make air. This is where we throw in the... Oh, you know what? I'm going to set this down lower. Because in the past, I've not been happy with having the heat up close to things. And this will actually save me a little bit of extra metal on wire, too. I need to change my priorities on things. Set that back to a default 5. Ooh, Fox, you use the shipping stuff on this colony. Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff I want to do on this. So, we definitely want to get to the point of making plastics, because we want to use the transit tubes to go to where the rockets are located. I think that'll be really handy. I definitely want to do some stuff with automation, do some fun things with our ranch and stuff to try to provide food for them. So, you know, variety of stuff I kind of really want to get into. Oh, man, I love this game. Okay, let's pick another duplicate. We have another loud sleeper. Again, not really a big deal. They are a quick learner, which is good for boosting up skill levels. But look at the skill set here. They are a yokel, so they won't do research, and that doesn't matter because they already have a couple researchers. Ooh. Or does it matter? Hold that thought. We might actually need people that can do research now because... Oh, wait a minute. They can probably go through the jobs, but in order to be a space cadet, you need to go through tenured scientists. So without being able to do research, they won't actually be able to advance the skill level, so they'll never get to advance forward. And actually, we probably can't even put them on the job altogether. So anyone we pick who can't do research is not going to be eligible as an astronaut. Which I guess is okay, because we need support duplicates as well. We can't just have astronauts. Blast them all into space and leave nobody at home. No one to open up the doors to let the rocket return. I think we're going to take this... We'll take this Ada duplicate. She won't build either. But she does have an interest in farming and a small amount of skill at it, so maybe that'll come in handy. So this duplicate can be... live epically. Welcome to the colony. Duplicate number 6. That will fill in the rest of the bedrooms we have set up so far. Kind of wonder if I should put rooms on both sides. I really do want to do the Great Hall dining area, but maybe I don't need as big of a kitchen space. Maybe I could just build the kitchen space like right here and have the Great Hall above it. This water in here is not going to last forever anyway. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'm going to build bedrooms on both sides. Because we are going to have a lot of duplicates, so I feel like we should make sure we have accommodations for them all. Furniture, cots. Now, if you're just learning the game and you're just sort of starting out, I don't recommend doing what I do. Don't bring in a ton of duplicates. It certainly adds to the stress level of trying to manage it all. Maybe I won't worry about actually building it yet until we need it. But we're going to earmark the space for it anyway. Alright, that's where we're going to do our bedroom space. This is going to lose a bunch of CO2, but that should be okay. We are producing oxygen again, so that's good. The air at the top of the colony is not going to be the best. Unfortunately, that's where everybody sleeps. Whoa. Just ban the imposter. Who's the imposter? Oh, the Fakely Entertainment. I see. Funny. Okay. Yay, hope you made me a stream snack sandwich. Nice. Congrats on the stream snack sandwich. Ooh, we have a duplicate we have to give a job. All right, live epically. What are you good at? Farming, I guess. We'll send you to farming. Can't build and stuff anyway, so I guess we might as well put them to use somewhere useful. That's right. Clean that toilet. Who is that? Can't even see who it is. Masa. It's Mas. Mas is on toilet duty. Congratulations. I'm sure you're very proud. Hey, CrypticFox, never been in your colony before. Can I get one sometime? Lord Boo, I'll do what I can, but I make no promises. Generally, I tend to slow down when I get to around 15 duplicates until things sort of stabilize. Then I'll try to pick up the pace again after that and bring in more. As soon as I cut into this, we're gonna get all kinds of sand. But we'll do it anyway. We're gonna have lots of filtration medium. And probably a duplicate's gonna bury themselves. They're gonna dig out that roof when they're standing under it, and that sand's gonna fall on top of them. Maybe expose the oxalate spiral for O2. It's pretty high up here though, and it's also in an area that's well, actually, because of the abyssite, it's cold. Could tap into it. Not in a huge rush for it yet though. We have quite a bit of algae in this colony too. There's some pretty big pockets that we haven't tapped into. Okay, here's where the break room's gonna be. Let's worry about giving them some break room stuff. Put the water cooler in here. Now they won't actually be able to do. I kind of wonder. You know, the pump's over here, so I'm gonna actually put the water cooler on this side. The tricky part is gonna be, this won't become an actual room, or a proper room anyway, until we can get some artwork in there. We don't have any of that unlocked, so maybe we'll try to stretch our way towards that. Get artistic expression next, even though it's maybe not the most critical piece of thing. I mean, realistically, getting like power regulation or pumping might be more important, but I want to keep our duplicates happy as we go, so we're gonna do that. What are the chances that you suffocate to death? In this colony, I'd say fairly good. I think based on the size of this thing, I'm going to need a second oxygen supply. So we'll throw that up over here. Connect this up by some wire too. Brittany Sloan White, $6.99 super chat. Would love to have a dupe eventually. No rush though. Loving this community, by the way. Making lots of friends. That's awesome, Brittany. Glad the community's been treating you well and you've been getting along well and meeting some new people. I think that's one of the coolest things about the whole live stream phenomenon. Channels in general is the community that develops out of it. It's not really the first thing you would think of necessarily when you think about like other people playing video games. But there is definitely a community that forms, and that's pretty awesome. And we've been lucky enough to have a really positive community, which I think is great too. 40% chance of death by suffocation, 20% chance of death of heat-related death, 40% chance the season ends. Yeah, pretty much, J-Box. That's pretty much how that goes. Because it's only, well, it's like 6 weeks now. Oh, man, it's sleeping with a giant boulder of sand next to them on the ground. Polani, $2 super chat. Why break room when your dupes don't take breaks? Because they're going to get breaks eventually. So they're going to need a break room. I have them working on no breaks right now just because I want the accelerated pace of them completing things. But they will need breaks. Good for the stress. Happiness is a farty dupe. Especially if the farty dupe's name is Meep. Meep the farty dupe. Simon Shorts, I love Cryptic. He's my all-time favorite gaming YouTubers, but not stupid. Okay, thanks, Simons. What happened to all the oxygen? Oh, they breathed it all up. We had oxalite crystals that were producing a fair amount, and we used them up. And as you dig into these spaces here, like as we cut all this out, the atmosphere that you have has to redistribute. And when it does, oh, there's a lot of CO2 sitting up here. How is that? Oh, it must have drifted down from the top. As the oxygen you have has to redistribute and spread out, you end up with a lower percentage of oxygen. So the faster you expand out, the faster your air disappears, basically. Communism's finest? I don't think so. I don't think so. Cryptic don't play that. Okay, we need to set up some systems in here to get rid of waste. Refinement, there we go. Man, brain not worky. Alright, I'm going to dig in over here. This is going to be kind of a bit of a mess because, unfortunately, things get warm out here. So we're going to dig into this space. Create a little bit of room here for... Oh, man, it's really warm out there. Create a little room for us to get rid of some of the polluted stuff. Now, we do have polluted water here that's off-gassing as well. It's going to add polluted oxygen to the colony. We obviously don't have the air deodorizer yet, so we can't really solve for that directly. That is located here, the decontamination, so I think that'll probably be our next chain of research. Trying to get that done. You have a cookie dough ice cream. Now I'm jealous. Will the stress get better now that they have jobs? Not necessarily. So if you look on the vital screen, you can see how their morale is doing. I mean, the duplicate needs a morale rating of 4. That's your well, I guess 2 is your base. So we have duplicates as high as 4. And they're fluctuating a little on the low side, so we are starting to get a small buildup in stress. But that's all predominantly live epically. So it's not really bad right now. It will get worse as time goes on. Just make the tiles that gas can go through to get rid of the CO2 stuck at the top. That's sort of the plan, except we don't have those tiles available to us yet. You can see we don't have them. That's something we have to unlock in research, and that's actually here in pressure management. So we'll need to get that. So we have a few things we kind of need to unlock. Like, I want to unlock decontamination so we can get the deodorizer to deal with the polluted oxygen. That will also give us access to lavatories early on, which will help out in terms of better management there. That ties directly into plumbing. In ventilation, when we get into that, is when we start to get into pressure management for things like manual airlock doors. Our airflow tiles are big, the gas pumps, and that sort of thing. We have lots and lots of research to unlock now. It's funny when you look back at the game when it first came out, what was there, and you can basically get through all of your research in just a couple of cycles, and now it's a pretty big chore to get through it all. CrypticFox works his dupes to get them. Most of the time, not intentional. That's right. Most of the time, not intentional. But it has happened. Poor duplicants. So the rec room requires a decor item. And actually, we might even be able to get away with a flower pot in there. That might count as a decor item. Let's check. Let us check. We shall see. Voltron got downtime. Yay! Voltron's the only one with downtime so far. They all get it eventually. I'll give it back to them. Once the stress starts to kind of build up a little bit is when relaxation time becomes pretty important. I mean, we even built massage tables I can't use yet because they're not plugged in. It's like special work benefits that you get sometimes where it's like, yeah, but we gave you this benefit. You can't use it, but you got it. It's like, stop complaining. 19,000 kilocalories. I think we must have been digging up some muckroot. Yeah, mostly muckroot we have left. A little bit of meal ice and the bristleberry they got from down here. Because CrypticFox can never remember who or what Team Voltron is, and Levivically is his favorite. What? Polani. I never said that. Cerberus. Hashtag singing with the fox. You're funny. I don't sing on stream so much. Okay, we have 6 bedrooms, 6 duplicates, so we're still okay there. Man, I feel like it should be farther along. I'm always surprised when I'm starting a new colony when I don't have all the stuff unlocked and everything. I'm going to go straight for decontamination. We got the mechanized airlock door here, which is handy. And probably more importantly, the deodorizer. And I'd like to move into some proper toilets sooner rather than later so we can stop with having to deal with polluted water in this manner. And we can deal with it in different ways after. And I'd like to put a different kind of airlock door on over here so that we don't have polluted oxygen off-gassing into the colony and kind of seal up some heat and stuff there too. Which reminds me, in the research tree, Our insulation tiles are somewhere. Thermal management. My lord. I've looked at this tree so many times, I don't even know where stuff is still. How bad is that? I could have sworn it was down the lower here somewhere. Where's our thermal tiles? There it is. Temperature modulation, which is off of ventilation. So we'll do that one next to get the airflow tiles and also to get these insulated tiles so we can start to try to insulate us from the outside temperatures. This does qualify as a decoration, so we just made a recreation room. Even though it's got to be about the most boring recreation room we could have managed. Duplicate number 7. Alright. Bottomless stomach, a pacifist, early bird. Actually, that's a pretty good one. Mouth breather. Alright, we'll go with this one. Bubbles! Bubbles is always so good. Let's bring in bubbles. This can be a brosif. Brosif, welcome. Thanks for the super chat. Brittany, 279 super chat. Just realized you said my last name right. Nice. Salon White? Did I say it right again? I never know. I can never remember what I said before. One bed's blocked by some sand falling down. It is, yeah. We'll get that fixed. There's a lot of sand up here, so as we dig into this, we're going to get, unfortunately, a lot we have to deal with. Entombed! Now that's just an extra special amount of skill right there. Raggy, what are you doing over there? You're the research dude. He's a research assistant. What is he doing over here? All right. There's always one of them. In every colony, you've got to have at least one duplicate that gets their head stuck in the floor. How about you break the floor that's there and you let him out, please? They were all going to strand themselves there. That was a little bit ridiculous. It's not even supposed to be over there. Still manages to get his head stuck in the floor. In this colony, we only have the smartest scientists. Put a pump in the lower water tank to keep stuff from falling into it. Also have a closer water source. Which now? Oh, right here, yeah. You do that too. So we'll throw a little floor right here. When we dig this out, I'm not sure how this is going to distribute itself, but we'll see. I'm going to leave this little bump here until we lower the water level a little bit, and we'll throw a pitcher pump in here. Yeah, they're eating in the break room. Somebody put a plant in this thing. It looks so sad without one. Made a mess. Ah. Full bladder, hungry, sore back, making a mess, soggy feet, holding breath in chilly surroundings. And they're grimy. Oh, no. At least they can mop it still. Until it gets too messy, they can mop it. Now, how about you stop drilling and clean up the mess you made on the floor, evil duplicate? Somebody give them a ladder so they can get out of there too, please. Get that priority 8. And we're going to mop at priority 9. Clean this up. Get it before we get too many germs. We've already got germs, but... Oh, man. Never mind. There's quite a bit in there now. Well, that was not ideal. I was going to use that for cooking. Now I don't think I'm going to. I think we're going to need to try to use that water differently. Which means I should probably just find a way to release it so it can flow all the way down. We'll pump some clean water up that we can use for our cooking station up here instead and create just a small, tiny little reservoir that we can work from. And that way, hopefully, things will be better. I kind of want them to use up the water that's up there now for research and things. Even though we're building a pitcher pump here that's actually right close by that will let them use it faster. Why aren't you building? The epically title. If Voltron had not made a mess, it would have died from hunger. Maybe. No, actually not. I think there's plants over here that could have eaten. Right here, there's a muckroot, I think. Can't click on it. I think there's a muckroot back there. Mealwood seed. Muckroot. Yeah, there's muckroot there. See, they could have eaten. It would have been fine. They just dropped through the floor. How do you do that? They didn't even dig it up. Oh, I forgot to plant these. Oh, that's kind of an important thing. Let's plant the mealwood. That's moderately important. We have enough oxygen up there for it to grow too, which is good. Somebody's poisoned the water hole. Other researcher now trapped at the first pitcher pump. Trapped. I think the boom's on a slight delay. Do the dupes prioritize tidying? Not necessarily. If they have the tidying job, then they'll prioritize it. Actually, you know what? They may not. Hold on, let me go to my jobs here. I forgot to check the little box up here. So we actually have to go in and individually manage the priorities because I forgot to check that. So Voltron, get them focused on that. James can be focused on tidying. Groundskeeper, supply and storage. We'll go that way. Moss is a miner, so we'll get them focused predominantly on mining. Architect predominantly on building. Farmhand predominantly on farming. Unemployed predominantly on being unemployed. I think we got everyone's priority set there. Okay, so now let's go to the jobs board so we can give a job to Brosif, who's currently unemployed. Apprentice Architect, they have a skill for it. So that would be good for building. I do need an artist. I didn't say anybody was an artist yet, but we'll actually get to that. Moss! The dupe on the other water thing is stuck. Are they? No, they are. Oh, good lord. There we go. Somebody build that out, please. That's why he was just hanging around there doing nothing. $2.79 super chat. Dupe trapped by the other pump. $2 super chat. Dupe stuck in the lower right water hole. Somebody's trapped at the water hole. Thanks for the heads up, everyone. I appreciate the super chats as well. Calling those to my attention, since I'm super observant, as always. Says you're a member of Goldfish, but maybe he's actually evil. Sam. Sam's caught on to my secret. I'll have to do away with Sam. No, I mean, no, that couldn't possibly be it, Sam. Why would you ever think that? Sam's gotta go. I like that we have all the shine bugs still flying around, particularly in the bathroom. Because when you're in the bathroom, you really want to be able to see. Otherwise, you don't know if you're really clean. Hooray! Live to farm some delicious snacks. That's right. Get up there and do some farming work. Starvation. These poor duplicants. I wonder. Eaten today, no kilocalories. All right. Small side effect of taking away their break time. Although Rangi has eaten a bunch. Why is James not eating? Huh. Maybe I should put all the edible stuff in here so we actually have food for them to eat. Ta-da! Trying to get a little more germ-filled water, that's right. I was desperate to see another duplicant pee in some more water, like down here. Which actually reminds me, I should reroute this ladder here. Let's do this a little differently. I'm gonna deconstruct this. We're gonna put tiles on either side here. And this will be where the secondary ladder goes down. And we'll block this off. That way, if they have an accident up top, ideally this water at the bottom will stay relatively pure, instead of getting all wonderfully toxic like I've made some of the other water. So that's why you don't have a dupe colony. With your host, made a mess. But I'm bummed. Durgan! Blame out CrypticFox for the slight against Durgan kind. What you talking about? What slight? I ain't done no slights. I got no slights. Alright, we're gonna need more bedrooms because we have more duplicates coming on board soon. Let's get those built over here. Furniture. Ooh, mess tables. We can build a mess hall soon. Ooh, we have access to art, so that'll be a thing also. Let's see, decoration, bed, space, door. I think I actually made this side a little bit bigger than the other. I did. This side is a tiny bit bigger than the other side of the colony. That's okay. That'll give them plenty of living quarters. And dig this out too. Let's get all this business all cleaned up. Trying to get our duplicates actually to have some... Oh, what the... Alright, let's not do that. Probably shouldn't put it airborne. I feel like that's detrimental to the artistic effect. Man, the game already is starting to slow down a little bit. Like, when I'm scrolling side to side, it's already not going super quickly. I thought I did pictures in here too, but apparently I forgot. There we go. Hooray! Lord Boo! CrypticFox is the tutorial. Don't he want... He does, and they will live. Lol. Oh, don't do what he does. Oh, that's right. It's sort of a negative tutorial. It's like... It's a tutorial done in the form of a parable. You know, sort of learn the details kind of thing by seeing me mess up a bunch. It's fine. Getting a lot of little alerts and stuff, and then when I go to look at it, there's nothing alerted there. Any games you'll be playing on the channel? I'm sure I will be. 2 Point Hospital is coming out soon. I definitely want to play that. It looks pretty cool. So again, it's kind of like right up my alley with the whole colony management style of thing, except it's obviously hospital management because it's 2 Point Hospital. Let's just copy the settings. We're trying to get... I don't know that there will even find enough briar to plant all these, but we'll find out. I'm actually really curious. Oh, those aren't even built yet. I can't. Duh. Copy settings. What the... Those are already set. Okay. So the bedrooms that aren't in use will be decorated first. Yeah, so 2 Point Hospital for sure. There's this this mountain biking game I saw when I was at PAX East that looks really cool called Lonely Mountains Downhill. That looks kind of neat that I want to try out. I'm not 100% sure what is coming up in the near term. Fallout 76 is something I'd like to play, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to play it on the channel. Although that would be kind of neat. I don't know. I kind of got to poke around a little bit and see what's coming up. Computer, CrypticFox, here's a new tutorial, also CrypticFox, but it's opposite day, yeah. Here's a tutorial about all the things you shouldn't do with your colony, because it's liable to lead to death. Death, starvation, and possible dismemberment. You know, if that was a thing that could actually happen in the game. Which, fortunately, it isn't. Otherwise, I probably would have had it happen already. Research is getting close to finished, but not quite done yet. Oxygen's looking in good shape. Obviously, the bedrooms are not as well oxygenated as they could be, but that will improve when we get some airflow tiles. Job's mastered. Who's already mastered their job? Who's the overachiever? Caleb, the apprentice architect, is the overachiever, but I'm not going to bump them up a level yet because we don't actually need higher scaled builders at this point. I'm not planning to increase anybody's level yet until we get the colony set up a little bit nicer in terms of decor and things so that they're not feeling super awful about their surroundings. I really should implement breaks again since I took those away. Let's set up downtime for all the duplicates. And then we can actually take Voltron and put them back on this regular schedule. Suggest Death Road to Canada on the strength of the name only. Yeah. It sounds like actually like a Canadian or North American version of another game that's out there that I can't for the life of me think of the name of right now. It's sort of an indie game. Copy settings. Plant briar in there, even though you don't have it. You might find it eventually. Is the compost blocked off from the back from the door? We shall see. I actually need to do something about the polluted water that's in here too. But that is not my top priority problem, I guess. This pitcher pump here I should get rid of. We'll deconstruct that. We'll just rely on this pitcher pump for now. I'm not actually using this for food production anyway, so fortunately It doesn't really cause problems that way. Deconstruct this. Alright, another duplicate. This will be duplicate number 8. Carter Clark. The deluxe bedrooms can be rented out for more money. Yeah. Well, we don't have deluxe beds yet, though. Change the job to be the same as the tier. Skill increases. Hold on a second. Change the job to be in the same tier. Skill increases and they will be ready later to branch. Yeah, that's true. We can swap them around that way. Sort of get them more cross-trained, you mean? Okay, I think Lucas will be our next duplicant. So we have a narcoleptic, gastrophobic, or small bladder non-constructive who's buff. All right. Gourmet chef. I feel like that's a good one. They're narcoleptic, so they might fall asleep while they're cooking, but that's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. You can technically wake them up. Okay, this will be Lucas Souza. Welcome to the colony. Print. Hey, BDS Empire, welcome. Put the fully trained dupe as an artist. Well, let's see what their skill set's like here. Well, actually, we have a couple fully trained ones now. So, artist is actually the next tier up, but we do need an artist, so we might as well get somebody ready. Oh, Lucas has the highest skill in that. So, congratulations, Lucas. You're the new duplicant, and you got the job. But in the meantime, we can take Caleb and Broseph and send them into the gopher position. Let's see, Broseph and Caleb, so we can get them skilled up that way, and then that way they can develop cross-training and other things. Without increasing their requirements. It should still have the same stress requirement. I think they swapped hats. It sounded like they did the whole little cheering thing. We seriously need somebody to clean the floors in this place. Nobody cleans up around here. Somebody sweep all this. I feel like they should just be doing that naturally, but what are you gonna do? You love the Voltron dupe. Oh, we're not producing oxygen when we sleep. Well, it's actually not that bad. So if you go to a restaurant, the chef had slept on your food facing the plate, you wouldn't mind? Oh, no, absolutely not. If the chef hasn't slept on your stack of pancakes, then obviously they're not good pancakes. That's all I'm saying. I love the little noises they make. Food shortage, 6 man, calories dropped quick. Rah. All right. These meal ice are at 81% actually, so they're not in too bad of a shape that way. But let's maybe get another row of meal ice growing, because as our duplicants ramp up here in terms of quantity, we're gonna have more and more to deal with. 1, 2, 3. Cancel that last one. They're gonna get a whole pile of sand when we dig up here, unfortunately. Dig all this out. Create a little sand slide. Fortunately, like a bunch of this is just going to fall all the way down the ladder. It's going to go thump down here, which doesn't matter too much. Over here is where I want to do the dining hall. Let's set that up now. We'll deconstruct the ladder. Poor little hatch is hanging out in there, though. This is another super chat, law for the same person as before. Oh, sorry, hold on. Oh my gosh, sorry, Jess. $2 super chat from Jess again. I'm so sorry. I was playing the game and didn't see it pop up over there. Gotta go. Have fun. More cowbell. Thanks again for the super chat, Jess. I apologize. I missed both of your super chats. That's crazy. BDS Empire, $2 super chat. Hashtag pancakes for dupes or waffles. Thanks, BDS. Why no Durgan dupe? Because I'm grabbing a bunch of other people that are already given super chats today. I don't know. I didn't realize you had to be duplicate number 1 all the time. We're getting there, though. Burzin AD sent a super chat to have a Durgan dupe, but I'm not quite down to that one yet. Soon. Very soon. Oh, man, look at all the sand. We can build a beach. It'll be great. Oh, actually, I can't plant more. I don't even more seeds. They need to do a little harvesting. Look at the fabulous artwork over here, though. These duplicates have some swanky Some swanky living quarters. Let's sweep all this up. Get rid of some of that stress-making fun and goodness. Just have rice and veggies, but you pretend it was ice cream. All right. I think ice cream is the most consumed item during a CrypticFox stream. We should get some sponsorships. This stream brought to you by Briars. Not brought to you by Briars at all. You'll just have to lurk and plot the demise of several other dupes. No! Standard cookies and cream. I haven't had ice cream in a while. Could really use some. Dab police. Was somebody dabbing? Get the dab police on them. Don't want that. No dabs allowed. This colony is like the slowest set of cleaning dupes I've ever seen. Okay, let's go for temperature modulation now because I want to get this insulated tile going. And in the meantime, it'll also open up the airflow tile, which is also super useful. So we have that. We're off-gassing some polluted oxygen here. And it seems to be sitting towards the bottom of things. So I'm going to throw a deodorizer in here. Deodorizer over here. I will take care of that. All right, for our mess hall, 12 to 64. No, that's the mess hall. Great hall, we need recreational building, decor item, plus 20. Okay, so we've got a variety of stuff there that should be fine. So let's go ahead with the mess hall table out of copper. Never noticed those tables were metal. That's funny. All right, we'll build these. I guess we'll throw them like right in here. We'll build a bunch. This is going to go through a lot of copper, unfortunately. And then we'll need a water cooler in here, too. But we can actually turn it off so they don't fill it up with water. And we'll need decor as well. So we'll go with furniture, blank canvas, decor plus 20 if we use granite. So we're going to do that. I forgot to use granite in the bedrooms, actually. Would probably be a thing to do. So that way when they go eat, at least they'll be... Well, when they eat the food they don't really have, then they'll be doing good. What do we got here food-wise? A little bit of muckroot, a little bit of bristleberry, which we have to cook, I think. A little bit of meal ice, but there's more of it that's ready to be harvested, so that's good. Get this dug out here. That should get us some more seeds, too, which would be nice. Get a lot done in 16 cycles. Yeah, usually. I mean, it helps that I take a steady stream of duplicants too, so we get quite a bit of a labor force going early on. I really need to drop. Oh, you know what? Here's some more of those plant life I can dig out. Some broken eggs there. Get a little more of this bluff briar stuff that we can plant to increase the decor in the rooms. It'll be good. You can always melt down the tables later. Yeah, that's true, I guess. If we need copper later, we can salvage it from there and then melt them down. Well, I'm not melt it down, but salvage it from there by destroying them, and then we can rebuild the tables out of a different metal. That's interesting. We have a mix of clean water and polluted water here, which suggests there might be a geyser up here, too. Hydrogen, but cold. There's a cold biome here, so we're getting actually okay. So we're getting melt runoff in down here. That's funny. Huh. Wolframite, ice. Yeah, we're getting some water dripping from that. Over here is there should be a geyser here too, but I don't see anything. It looks like that's the edge of things. There's neutronium though, so the geyser must be right there. Should be a steam geyser, like a cold. Hopefully like a. Well, it could be cold slush geyser, but I think those put out polluted water. So I'm pretty sure it'll be a cool steam geyser. Boy, these rooms are ugly. I gotta work on that. I want to get all this algae out of here, but I don't want to dig up these meal ice just yet. Actually, you know what? I probably should. I can plant them on my farm. Now that we have those ready to go. They're not ready to harvest anyway, and they grow slower in the... Go slower in the wild than they do in your farm anyway, so let's see, copy settings. What's the seed? There's the seed right there, 213-920-9869, and I will put it in the description of the stream after as well, so that'll be on the channel as well, if you want to go back and look for it later. Not a bad start. Nobody's dead yet. I feel like that's a plus. Stress is riding at 0%. Food will just be the thing we got to make sure we keep ahead of. Because I do, unfortunately, have a tendency to get a little blinded to our food production sometimes and fall behind. Which is kind of important. You know, duplicates like eating for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but it is their thing. Can you get a dupe named Evil Fox Worshipper? Thanks for the super chat, Sam. Evil Fox Worshipper. That's a new one. Wait, does that mean you're evil and you're worshiping the fox, or I'm evil and you're worshiping me? Inquiring minds want to know. For no particular reason, of course. I'm going to have to peel it down here. And I'm going to dump the water that's above here down into this space. Just because I want to move this germy water out. And I'm going to set up a pump for this lower water that's clean to move it up into the area where we're actually going to do the cooking. That way make sure if I have to rely on any water for cooking, then it'll be clean. I wish I could set a priority for like the supercomputer and stuff, or even like pump it in, because it uses a lot of water. If you could set a priority for like where it gets the water from, that would be really handy. I guess if I had it enclosed in its own separate room, I could force them to use the polluted water, or like the germy water, and that would help maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll just put a pitcher pump down here and then shut this one down to keep the fresh water available. And they can use the germy water instead. Are you a furry? Nope, sorry, Landy Man, I'm not a furry. Despite the fox moniker, I don't really dress as a fox. Just want the list of commands. List of commands for what? For Nightbot? Update today? Nope. Update was last Thursday on the beta branch. They haven't been doing little updates and fixes, but this was added to the beta branch last Thursday, and we've been playing around with it. This won't be live in the core part of the game until next Thursday. So we got at least 2 more streams on the beta, and then it'll be part of the core game, but we're going to keep playing it. Pizza for the dupes, Cryptic? Pizza. I like pizza. I need to make a kitchen so I can do a little better food prep. So this is the place where I want to build it. It's like right in here, right below the mess hall, so they can like grab the food where we're cooking it. I'll put the storage closer to the right-hand side. I think I'm going to use actual refrigerators this time around. I don't normally. But we'll use actual fridges maybe. Barring that, I'll do a CO2 well here that they can store the food in, and we'll cook it over on this side. Duplicates can grab it and then go up in the mess hall to eat it. Who wants pinch of pepper nut bread? That'd be fun, but we don't. We're kind of a long way off of that yet. Okay, let's throw a ladder through here, which will give me a tunnel for this water to go through, and then we'll need to dig this out. Go to work, ye duplicants. They finally cleaned up this space. So, you can see as they clean it up, the decor gets remarkably better. The decor over here is great. Hold on, where? Blah. Okay. Decor value plus 42.5 in here. Total decor value over here plus 223. That's not so bad. It's 166. 92. So, without planting the plants, obviously it doesn't get as high as it could be. And also with, like, the decor that's... Or, sorry, stuff that's on the floor, like the sand here, kind of messes with it a bit. But overall, I'd say their living quarters are reasonably good. Oh, another duplicate. This will be number 9. Duplicate number 9. This will be a Skinny Pete. Squeamish Small Bladder Pacifist Night Owl. Ooh, Night Owl Rancher. Okay, let's take you. You can be Skinny Pete. Welcome, Skinny Pete. And we'll go into the jobs board to give Skinny Pete a job right away. Apprentice Architect. We already have people skilled for that, even though they're not prioritizing it. General Engineer, not so much. Now 3, Farnham Expectation 4. So Live Epically is not really the happiest right now. But that's okay. We'll put Skinny Pete down here too. Misery loves company. Even though Skinny Pete doesn't have any actual skill in farming. At least he's got an affinity for it, so he'll skill up quickly. What about dumplings with cheese? Aren't dumplings with cheese basically like pierogies? Food shortage. We're gonna be running around that food shortage range probably for a little while. Oh, look, they're all eating in there. This room is a non-room. What size is it? 68 tiles. No! I made it a tiny bit too big. The Great Hall maxes out... Oh, maximizes 120. It's the Mess Hall. Maxes at 64. So until they build their first piece of art in here, this will be like a non-room. Wow, they laid an egg in there already. I need a ranch soon. Gather these guys up. Yeah, pierogies are like dumplings with mashed potatoes and cheese, or coleslaw, or not coleslaw, it's sauerkraut or whatever. There's a variety of different ones you can get. That thermo machine does not cool the room fast enough. What do you mean, Landy? I missed what you were saying there. I want to do it legit. Right. Anyway, I've been building my colony, but I managed to struggle with temperature, automation, and shipment. Any tips? Sorry, I missed your question there earlier. Yeah, so I generally find that with temperature... I mean, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, for one. So first and foremost, try to limit the things that are producing heat. If you can, try to enclose them in places where the heat's not going to have a big factor, or like a big impact. So like the stuff over here is getting pretty warm, but it's kind of out of the way. Our research in batteries and stuff down here. Now, the trouble is these oxygen producing systems, the deoxidizers produce pretty hot oxygen. So things will warm up. So, I mean, step one is try to prevent, so insulate where you can. When it comes to actually cooling... I found it really useful to use radiant pipes in the water, because you can get the cooling to be at the same temperature as the water, which is kind of an ideal temperature for the duplicants. So I was using that for my oxygen room last stream, where I would pump the hot oxygen out of the room that was generating it, run it through some piping, some radiant piping that was set up in the water, so that the hot oxygen would convert to the same temperature as this, and then it would come out at the right temperature. One thing I noticed with that as a cooling system, though, is that because I tend to have a high-pressure colony with lots of oxygen in it, the vents don't let out as much oxygen as they could, so the cooling is not as effective. So this time round, when we make our colony, I'm going to try and do a little bit of playing around with some radiant piping and see what we can do to try and use like some chilled gases maybe to try to cool the colony by having just like running pipes through a space, but only having a couple of radiant spots to kind of heat exchange there and see how that works with cooling. This is finally a Great Hall, so that gives us a nice boost. That'll be very handy. They even have little pets in there. Do we have our insulation yet? Oh, so close. So close. Okay, that's done. More research. Let me see. Let's get up here and do some power systems, maybe. What do I want to work on next? Hydroponic farms, not really worried about that yet. Ranching might be handy, but I think we're going to go with power systems and internal combustion so that we have some larger batteries we can use. Maybe set those larger batteries way down here in the bottom of the colony where the heat is a non-factor. This is largely empty in here. They've got a little bit of a mess, but we can mop this up. And then I'll need a bottle emptier down here as well. You know, just in case somebody has an accident, we're gonna put a wall in this thing and try to. It's already got germs in it, but we'll try to limit the amount of germs we're talking about. Throw a bottle emptier on there, so we can take the bottled water that's up here. Actually, you know what? Forget it. We'll just leave it bottled. Forget about it. Leave it bottled up. They're gonna use it anyway. They can grab it when they need it. Don't forget big batteries. We gotta research it first. When the radiant piping with warmer air than what the temp is in the water. Heat the water up to the temp that's in the colony. No, it really doesn't. Water is much harder to change the temperature in than the air. So what I did find there was a gradual increase in the temperature, but it's pretty slow. And that buys you a lot of time because you can keep the temperature in your colony really manageable until you get to the point where you can get to a cold biome and grab some wheezeworts. And then I like using a wheezewort room for that same purpose to cool the oxygen that's running through the wheezewort room. So... You know, it was actually really handy running the water through... Oh, who made a mess and why? Restrooms out of order. Come on, guys. I think maybe we don't have enough restrooms. Urgh. I should put proper lavatories in here. But first, let's let these guys do all their... Look at them peeing all the way down the ladder. Oh, the worst part is I don't have a place for them to dump out the polluted water yet. All right, get this. Look, you're stifling all the plants with your mess. That's not fertilizer. Good thing we had that little lip there. Come on, guys, stop peeing everywhere. I don't have this one blocked off yet. You're killing me. Killing me with the pee everywhere. Trying to focus this on oxygen generation research. Algae goes out faster than you realize. Yeah, I mean, we're still pretty early. We're only at cycle 20, and there's a lot of algae here yet. But yeah, we'll get an oxygen room going relatively early. Okay, since I got that under control. Oh, I really want to put in another outhouse, but if I'm going to switch this over to plumbed bathroom, don't really need to worry about that. Maybe we'll put a lavatory in here now. Thought I could put 2 in there, but apparently not. Our lavatory started. We do have some of this done, so we can grab obsidian, granite, and we use sandstone, I guess. Start to insulate our base a little bit. Trying to protect it from heat as much as we can, anyway. Insulate all of that where it's impinging on the outer zones. There we go. Toilets are back in order, so they have that. Let's go ahead and we'll set our first pumping system in here. I'm going to set up a cleaning system down here below our bathroom also. Give me that flooring. There we go. All right, so we'll put our cleaning in here. And I kind of want to insulate it off, maybe, if I can. Actually, it's going to get really warm. Maybe I'll make a point of having... I'll have the cleaning system in here, and we'll make it inside its own little insulated room. Let it heat up a space that's already hot, basically. We don't have any gold, so it might overheat a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Grew up kind of near Toronto in Rochester. It's an hour ways near. Yeah, Rochester's not that far. It's a little across the border. Charles Murphy, the $2 super chat. No message on it below, but thanks for the super chat, Charles. I appreciate that. Sorry I missed it when it came up a little bit earlier. Ooh, I missed it like 6 minutes ago. Yikes. So what happens when I'm not focusing on the chat enough. P-mail isn't Canadian bacon. All right. I thought it was, but if you say so. Sam A, $2 super chat. Evil fox worshiper believes in an evil fox god. Oh, I see. the horrible evil taskmaster fox. Scourge of the known dupeverse. All right. Let's do... I don't want to deal with the batteries right now. Or the power consumption, rather, that's needed for... refrigerator. So I'm going to do a little food storage bin in here. Throw a ladder down inside. This will be where we'll store some fridges and stuff. Get some airflow tile in here. Take all that out. That'll give me the algae, and it'll serve a dual purpose of being a place that I can actually put my fancy refrigerators to do food storage in here. I'm not even going to plug the fridges in, but we'll have them sitting in CO2 for now. That's actually a space for a lot of fridges. We won't need that many, but... Which actually begs the question, why should I make it this big if I don't need that many? Let's cancel some of this. Just do a simple little food storage space. And then... Ooh, I don't have fridges researched yet. Well, that's a thing. We can swap it over later if we need to. It'll depend on how much food we're actually storing, too, because the biggest reason to use the refrigerator is that it has a larger storage capacity. But if we're not producing crazy tons of food, then we might not have to worry about it too much anyway. Okay, internal combustion is done. Healthcare, improved filtrations and stuff. Distillation is what I want to get into next. So that's where I'm going to get the sieve in order to do our fully plumbed bathroom. Aren't you happy when everybody is worshipping you? I think evil fox worshipper should get extra downtime for prayers. I don't want to start a cult over here. Pump your toilet into the reservoir and cleaning your room and then clean that. Never have to adjust bathroom flow. I mean, I guess I do like having an overflow system, though, so that it always has a consistent amount of water and only has a certain amount of overflow. How do you pronounce charcuterie? You pronounce it as charcuterie, I guess. This game needs a huge medical update. They need to introduce radiation a lot more and possibly add diseases like Parkinson's, cancer, and other stuff. Oh, man. Lady man, you're trying to make the duplicates extra sick. That actually reminds me, though, we do need to set up a hospital at some point. At some point, we will require it. For the poor, poor, sick duplicants. Set our pump in here, get our plumbing ready. Get our power ready here too, I guess. Not ready to use it yet, but when we do want it, it'll be handy. Ooh, duplicate number 10. I don't have a bedroom for this duplicate. Duplicate number 10. This one can be... Brian the Golden Freddy. Let's see. Narcoleptic, or mouth breather. Well, we got so many choices. 6 creativity would be a good artist, a Travaldo. Although we've already done quite a bit of artwork. And that duplicate will be well skilled up in it. So let's go with the Turner. And this one can be Brian. The Golden Freddy. Try not to murder any other duplicates, being a Freddy and all. And we're definitely going to need more bedroom space, obviously, because we just don't have enough now. Now that we have airflow tiles unlocked, we can actually change these over. Food shortage, I know. I should improve my general airflow overall here while I'm at it. Put the airflow right underneath the bed, so while they're sleeping and they're breathing out that CO2, it'll just drop straight down. Get all that out of the road. More duplicate ventilation is good. There we go. A little bit over here. A little over there. It's a little tedious, but I do like to have the oxygen flow as much as possible around the inside of the colony. That way you don't get all these like weird little pockets. Now, right now it's well oxygenated, but as pressure changes, I want to make sure it's well distributed throughout the whole place. The ship on creating a cult sailed when you started a merch shop. Oh, is that what happened? Whoops, should have known that. Is this one on the jobs board? I think you can make them prioritize carrying too, or you could be surprised if it isn't. It's not on the jobs board, but probably in priorities there should be something, I would think. Life support. No, it's for algae deodorizers, etc. Oh, there's care right there, so you can set them a priority on the care space, but there's not actually a job for it, which actually begs the you kind of have to wonder if they're going to add a job at some point that's related to care. So you can have like a medical technician or something as a duplicate. That'd be kind of neat. Great Panami, $5 super chat. Here's the bacon and the amazing magical creature it comes from. Bacon. Oh. Can't go wrong with the bacon. You don't win friends with salad, Lisa. You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. Okay, this is going to be our kitchen cooking area. I should probably insulate this so we can try to minimize the amount of heat that's going to come off of it, because it's going to be hot down here. And now that I think of it, I'm going to get rid of the ventilation. Nope, stop that. Let's just insulate this floor. Gonna insulate it all the way over to this vent over here. Because the heat that comes off of this... what the... Moss, what's going on, buddy? You look a little stuck. Can you move? There we go. That looks a little better. Poor guy. Stuck perpetually doing the same job forever. CrypticFox, but that doesn't mean Panami wants a dupe. He's part of Voltron. Oh, I see. Okay. Did Fox miss Moss's second shot? The dupe on the water thing is stuck was Moss's last chat that I saw. Or did you say Sam? I'm not sure. Bacony super chat. Bacon. Oh, but Marge, I want some bacon. Oh, got the egg down here. Somebody's gonna get their head stuck in the floor, so I'm gonna dig this out. I know what you're thinking. Don't stick your head in that floor. Not this one either. Oh, we got puffs. Ooh, that's a big puff space in there. I might want to use that later to do a little puff farming. Little magical puff farm. Don't insulate. Insulate tiles decrease decoration levels. Also, you missed a bedroom with the airflow tiles. Did I? I might have. Oh, I missed 2 bedrooms. Not just one. We missed 2. There we go. I don't know. Decorative levels on insulated tiles. Depends what you make it out of, I guess. I made it out of sandstone, so it's still plus 10. Make it out of granite, you get plus 20%. There's nothing in there that says specifically that it lowers... No, it does. Yeah, minus 5 decor. Versus plus 5 for regular tiles. So yeah, I will lower the decor a little bit, but that's okay, I guess. Ew, they don't like the food. Snobs. It may not do fabulous things for the decor, but I find that the heat death is kind of a larger negative for them than a little bit of decor. Let's get some more. Improve their break room a little bit. Improve the massage room. There we go. Up here, if I change my picture layout, I can get more art in. There we go. Moss, $2 super chat. Super chatted for a dupe named Sarah Boop. Oh, did you? I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm having to scroll back to try to find them. Please go to the moon. Oh, you're right. I did miss one. I'm sorry, Moss. I apologize for that. Next duplicate will be Sarah Beep. Sarah Beep. They'll be coming up in a couple cycles, I think. 1.6 cycles for the next duplicate. Dun, dun, dun. Stress is still good. Food is still survivable. We're not necessarily the best place crop-wise, but we've got enough to sustain ourselves so that we're not dying at least. But given how quickly I'm bringing duplicates in, we're probably going to need to add yet another layer to this farm. We're burning through a lot of dirt right now. Dirt for days. Alright, this should probably have a ladder going up here so we can get both sides covered. There we go. Get another farming layer going. Farms everywhere. Let's put all the edible stuff in here. We'll set this to priority 6. What have I got this set at? Priority 5. Okay, so they should transfer it over. How's our CO2 level in there? Non-existent. Good times. I need some duplicates to stand over top of this thing and breathe for a while. Don't care how big it's made as long as they make it. Miss the airflow tiles under the beds in the upper right bedrooms. Yep, I got those ones added in now, so they should be okay now. I probably should add the beds in these rooms up here. Duplicates wanting to sleep on things. Alright, so we're going to change up the artwork in here too, because actually the flower pots just aren't going to cut it. We don't have enough bristles to put in them, so we might as well go this route. Try to maximize what we can actually use. Bacon is food plus 50 morale minus speed stats by 3. Increase the risk of heart attack, which puts them in the duplicate hospital. All kinds of things you could do with that. Look at the CO2 hovering like right there. Right at that bottom level. For right now, everybody's in a good place. Nobody's got breathing issues. Almost done with the distillation too. Nice. It's good. It's good. I'm gonna let them build and do their thing. I keep giving them stuff to do. I need them to run around and do stuff. A ladder-only colony. Oh my gosh, that just wouldn't work. It wouldn't be functional. A Clark Griswold dupe. I really hope that they have like seasonal updates like Christmas or something where you can like string Christmas lights in your colony. That'd be funny. Is there a dupe without a job? Oh, there might be actually. There is. Brian the Golden Freddy. We forgot to give him a job. Groundskeeper, art student. Let's see. What do we have here that we don't not have, rather? We don't have a chef. He's got some skill in the sous chef job. Two at any rate. Doesn't have an affinity for it, but we'll put him in the chef position. We are going to build cooking facilities over here anyway, so I guess it's just as well. Let's set up a couple of electric grills, maybe. Oh, I know what I wanted to do over here that I forgot. Totally forgot. Okay, let's dig this out. I'm gonna build like a little water reservoir down here. And we'll need a cleaning station here as well. So we'll put double of these on here. I should have restaurant experience. He worked at Freddy's Pizza for 5 days. Oh no. You know what's going to happen now? The duplicates are going to go for dinner and they're never going to come back. I think if I disable that building, we'll still keep the room intact. Ooh. Wait a minute, it's not a room right now anyway. Oh, there's a hole in the floor. And the walls, actually. Alright, let's maybe try to get a little priority on this, guys. Let's finish this room off. You're missing out on a good morale boost. Hatches that poop Easter eggs, make it happen. That'd be amazing. Cryptic! Our names are so similar that it would almost be a crime to not make me a dupe. Twisted Fox. 131. Well, they both contain the word fox, I guess. It's 3 letters that are the same. 4 if you count the T and the I. 5, I guess, rather. IR math. Wow, that's grim. I like it. They should add in some black market drug dealing stuff, and then the dupes could get hooked on various substances and always be heading back to the... Aw, shamed ostrich. That's evil. It's not like we're not cruel enough to our duplicates already. We gotta add that in? My lord. It would be funny, but so evil. So evil. Okay, let's do a little water basin in here. This can be... Actually, how big a spot do I need for this thing? Pitcher pump. Fair bit. A little more room in here than I thought I would need. Alright. So we'll put that there. We'll cancel this one. Drop the tiles on the guy's head. Like so. And in here we're going to put a little liquid vent. And the idea here will be just to keep enough water flowing in here that we can continue to use the pitcher pump without really creating a reservoir that we risk a lot of contamination in. If it does get contaminated, we can just turn off the water flow, let it all recover, and then everything will be fine. Let's send this up into here. Run it straight through. So. And then we could also run our wiring up here too. Or we could do a derpy wiring, whatever. I should probably fix that. There we go. Okay, so that'll give us a dedicated water reservoir that they can use specifically for things like cooking and for refilling those sinks that are right there too. No! No! We lost a hatch! Oh, there's a couple there. Oh, that's bad. Ba, 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 ba. Holy, how long can you hold your breath? Good lord. It's like the infinite drowning hatches. Oh, there they go. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's, I wonder if I can even reach that. Oh, I can. No, I can't reach it. I can't get in there. I think it'll stay preserved in the water, but I'm not 100% sure, so I want to be a little careful there. All right, so small bladder, noodle arms, pacifist grease monkey, or noodle arms early bird. Well, pacifist grease monkey is the easiest one to deal with, but they are binge eater. That being said, stress is not really a problem in our colony. So this one here will be, is it Sarah Boop or Sarah Beep? I can't remember. I gotta scroll back. Hold on. Hold it. Sarah Beep. Welcome to the colony, Sarah Beep. You don't have a bed yet, as do a couple of other duplicants. But soon. Soon. And boom goes the dynamite. Dive, hatch, dive. I feel a little bad for the poor little hatches that I dropped in the water there. I didn't mean to. I swear. And that one pooped. Good job. Oh, sleeping on the hall of the mess hall, or sleeping on the floor of the mess hall, I suppose, is probably one of the better places to do the sleeping, I guess. I wish I could. Morale +6. That's good. Got some good decor in there. Yeah, even with the tile flooring, the decor in there is pretty good. And the +160s. It's not maxed out, but there's also a lot of junk on the floor. So if we sweep that up, that'll make a difference. But I do need them to prioritize building up this stuff here. I think the trouble is we don't have an architect right now. I probably should send somebody as an architect. Maybe Sarah Beep. No, she specializes in farmhand, but I think I had someone else in the farming position that maybe wasn't as best suited for it. Skinny Pete. Was it Skinny Pete? Farming 2. Ranching 5. I actually want to move them into the rancher position, so I'm going to keep them there. Live Epically's actually mastered this, so I can send Live Epically out of the farmhand position and into our apprentice architect. Now they're going to stay at the same level for the morale requirement there, but that's okay because at least we'll get another skill set out of them. So that's Live Epically. Wait a minute. Can Live Epically not build? I think that's what the issue is. Killing me. Killing me over here. All right, so groundskeeper James can go do that instead. We'll put Live Epically in the groundskeeping position. There you go. Live Epically, and we'll send James over here to be an architect. See, we got some skill in it too. That's not bad. And then for Sarah, we'll put Sarah into the farming position. Good enough. That'll work. Need an engineer to build a hatch killing room. We got to build a farm to actually make sure we're producing a significant enough hatches to create a hatch killing room. Nope, this is not what I wanted. No, hold on. I want... There we go. I want it to be when they go in toward the kitchen space, I want them to wash their hands. So that whoever's Chef Boyard duplicate in here isn't contaminating the food supply. Oh, that was weird. I mean, for it to go that way. Furniture canvas. There we go. Good times. But if you skilled it, you still can't build it. Still don't understand how writing a letter is considered spam. That depends on how many times you write the letter, I guess. Pay respects when the hatches barbecue. We can't even make it into barbecue. We don't have pinch and pepper nuts to do it with. Alright, research is done. Let's get some air systems going here. We can start to work on an oxygen room a little bit later. Power systems are probably something we'll need soon, too. I have not designed my colony to handle power here yet. I'm thinking maybe something down... Well, I do kind of like having the power up top when I work my way across. Lots of space in here. This is crazy. The only thing I'm concerned about if I go topside is that things are warm up here. That was weird. Didn't mean to do that. Stop that. Get that sand out of there. Copy settings. More mealwood. Good. We're sort of treading water on the food. We're bringing in duplicants fast enough that we're just sort of keeping up with the food, but not really getting ahead of it. And we're also not running ahead on the power. So I intended earlier to do some battery storage down below here. And I forgot to do it. So I should probably take care of that. We'll set some large batteries down here. Just a couple of them. Yep, that was smart. That's totally what I planned to do. Or not. Stick that right there. We'll throw a little copper wiring in here. And then we can, once these are built, I get rid of these little batteries. Cerberus Bloodborne, $2 super chat. Can't wait to be part of this colony. Thanks for the super chat. Hopefully they won't be a sacrifice too soon. Not too soon. Sub-party 6. I wonder if I can still build that now that I put the pitcher pump in there. We shall see. All hail Bacon God. Bacon. Can't go wrong with the bacons. Wish I could adjust the cursor snapping. I misplace stuff like that all the time. Oh. Yeah. Sometimes a little funny that way. I mean, if I just exercised a little bit more caution, I wouldn't run into it, but let's face it. I've been playing the game this long and making the same mistake over and over again, so I'm probably not going to fix it anytime soon. 2, 3, 4. I would like to get some more of these little bluff briar things. A couple more would be good. On the plus side, we do have beds for all of our duplicants, so they're all sleeping well. CrypticFox should name a dupe Bacon. Bacon. Yeah, but then we'd have to eat him. Remember, there's an ice biome up to the left. There is, yeah. Actually, if we could put our power system up here, it'd be good to house it there and then run heavy watt wire through the top of things with transformers in order to send the lines down to create our multiple power grids. Or I guess I could send it down vertically and do individual floors instead, which might make more sense. The only tricky part is that we'll have to get into some nasty gases and stuff up here. So maybe I should plan for an exit point for the colony here, because we're going to need it soon. If we set the floor here... This will be our 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, set that too high. Hold on. And I should probably use insulated tile for this too. All right, so we're going to set it up so that we go out through this point here. All the sand's going to drop there. We'll use insulated tile here. Dig all this out. That'll be our exit point to get out of the colony. Now, the duplicates that run out here are going to be dealing with some extreme temperatures. It's like 30-some degrees, 40-something. It gets cooler as they get up here, though. And we can build our power system up here. We'll run heavy watt wire across and then down this way, just individual transformers that can send off the power lines to the different floors in order to separate out our grid, and that will make sure we get a good supply of power, but also we don't have like any major challenges around the negative decor from the heavy watt wire. Now, the only tricky part about that is going to be that the duplicates are going to have to run a long way in order to constantly put coal back in the generators, unless we find a geyser up here somewhere that has natural gas that we can tap into. But I'm not seeing much yet. Take a look on the temperature overlay. Ooh, we have a cold biome down here too. Would that be easier, I wonder? Would it be easier? I could set up my... Well, it's already all in CO2 down here, I guess. But we could just go straight down here And then run the power line across the bottom, maybe? I think I'm happy with the way it is. It's fine. We'll do it that way. With enough dupes, it's possible to make the schedule where there's always a dupe working, staggering the break. Yeah, absolutely there is, for sure. I mean, we have 11 dupes, and I haven't really mucked around with the schedule too much, but we could put them on different cycles. The tricky part is then you kind of want to coordinate what jobs they have, too, so the jobs that, are, you know, so you always have them working on certain important jobs. Let's get a build priority on this stuff down here. We can get our cooking materials ready. Research. How are you doing for research over here? Improve ventilation. No, not worried about that. HVAC. That could be handy. Thermoregulators and stuff in particular. Improve plumbing would give us insulated piping, which could be handy. And radiant piping and the liquid tuning. I think we'll go into... We already have stuff set up for oxygen generation, so let's go to... I already have a hydrogen generator. That's not super important. Let's work on ranching next. We'll start to gather up our hatches and put them someplace safe. We kind of have them wandering all over the colony right now. It'd be helpful to actually have them someplace dedicated for them. Where that space is going to be, I have absolutely no idea. But somewhere, and soon. Soon. Split the ships so we get helps with the bathroom time. Yeah, that works too, actually. I mean, you could even just like stagger it. So like this shift here I can get rid of, but if we did a new schedule and we set them so that work time goes to here, downtime, bedtime, so they're still sleeping, and then set bath time. Excuse me. And then if we take like half of our duplicants, oops, and we put them on this schedule, then we'll get like slight staggering in the bathroom. So we can't. Well, we have one extra one down there because we have an odd number, but that sort of evens it out a little bit. So they'll sleep at slightly different times. It's not even a dramatically different schedule, but they'll use the bathroom. So we only have 2 outhouses right now. It's probably a good idea to have that separated a little bit. I do want to get this swapped over to a proper lavatory, which we're almost in a position to do. If we build the water sieve out of iron ore, which I have a very little bit of, then that will help with the temperature management for that. Or at least it won't melt down quite so easy as the copper one. Can it breed a certain kind of Dreco and chlorine? Yeah, so the Drecos, you can... It's more about what they eat and less about the environment that they're in. So the Drecos, depending on what you're feeding them, will be more inclined to produce eggs of a different type. So you can get like a glossy Dreco, for example, if they're eating millwood plants. It takes them a little bit more planning in order to have that set up for that, because you want to make sure you have an environment that's sustainable for the plants in terms of temperature and in terms of oxygen. But then also you have to have hydrogen in order for the Drecos to regrow their scales for you to shave them off. So you just have to be a little bit more planful with the Drecos. Where's Voltron's extra break towel? One extra break. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's set a new schedule. And we'll give Voltron an extra break in here. There we go. There you go, Voltron. Yeah, that'll work. So you share bathroom time with schedule 1, but you'll have an extra break in there. Nothing more sad than a shaved Dreco. It's so funny how they get like the rounded bum when you shave them off. It's crazy. It's crazy. Jobs mastered. Beep boop beep boop. We're gonna get a bunch of different sound effects now because we have 3 different schedules going too. We need more living quarters because we're gonna have more duplicants coming. This is gonna be the colony where we're either gonna make it to space or we're gonna die under the weight of our own duplicants. Only time will tell. Yeah, it's granite. Good. Get our statues of granite too, which I think I forgot to do when I was building them the other side. And I forgot to put airflow tiles in here. Victory! Mealized pizza sounds squirmy. Just a little bit. The baby Dracos are adorable. Actually, the babies in all these ones are adorable. Just Fox and Cryptic constantly kill dupes. Wait, what's this now? First time catching you. I assume that was supposed to be live, not love, but thanks, Tasteless. Welcome. What's with the Cryptic all in caps? What'd I miss? When am I planning to get exosuits? Soon. Hashtag soon. I need places to put like the forge and that kind of stuff. We need to be able to make refined metals. So there's a variety of things we're going to need to do before we can get to that point. We will need them though. They are going to be important. Yokel doesn't do research, so they can't be an astronaut. Gastrophobia won't cook, but they're good at everything else, so that's fine. I think I'm going to go with Gene. And Gene, I think, is going to be Durgan. I'm going to scroll way back here. Good lord. Durgan. There we go. Print. They'll need a job. What can we have Durgan do? Thanks, dude. You're the best. Hashtag Voltron 5ever. Because 4ever is too low. Maybe Durgan be the general engineer, maybe. Ooh, farmhand. Good skill in farmhand. Durgan, the general engineer. That'll work for now. For now. Gophers are ready to do something else. What can I have them do? Actually, we could put Caleb here. Maybe. Where's Brosif? Actually, we'll put Brosif and Caleb up here. And maybe we'll make Durgan in the Gopher position for now. She has an affinity for it, too. So that's good. Researchers, I'm going to keep them in play. Later on, we can... Actually, I should actually send them over to Gophers also so we can build them up. Because I want them to get... The people who are doing the research are ultimately going to be good to be scientists. And, or well, not scientists, but good for being astronauts, too. So I probably should shift them over. So I do want them to keep this as their priorities. Maybe I'll leave it. I'll leave it for now. Later on, I'm going to shift them over because they're going to need to build that skill up also. How'd you come up with this design for your base? Is there a certain flow to it? Reason for what goes on each level? No, not really. I guess it sort of fell into like personal preference. I used to do my farms at the bottom, but what I was finding is that I kept running into pressurization issues where the plants would stifle because of pressure when they were hovering in that point between CO2 and oxygen. So I started putting them up in the top area. Also because temperatures became a much bigger thing in the course of the recent updates. Speaking of temperatures, I really need to isolate all this with insulation as much as I can. So that's how I started building my farms up high, was because I wanted them to be able to manage the temperature and the pressurization. Storage I've always put down lower in general than other things because it doesn't really need to sit in a particular pressurized area. No, I don't know. I think every call out I've made have been slightly different. The only thing I have relatively consistent is the living quarters being above the gate. And then, of course, I leave space at the bottom to try and send CO2 down below. Just through pressurization. Why don't you build a proper greenhouse for the mealwood? Because it doesn't benefit from the greenhouse. In order to get the greenhouse benefit, you have to be using the station that goes in there, and that doesn't work for mealwood. Only works for other plants. Ooh, what's going on up here? Is that a... Yeah, it is a gas pressure. Ooh, something didn't run for a little bit. Either that or I got digging stuff faster, or we've got more duplicants. Well, we definitely have more duplicants breathing, but... Oxygen room, I think, is going to be a next priority. In part because I need to deal with volumes of oxygen here. Medical research, nope. Improved plumbing, I think, should be... No, let's go with improved ventilation. So I can use insulated gas pipes, and we'll move into environmental protection, too. And self-expression. I didn't realize they'd call that self-expression. Ooh, but that's where the jukebox is, so that's going to be important also. Radiant gas pipes. I need those. also need insulated. All right, let's go HVAC. No. Atmos sensor's there. That's more important. We'll get that one first. And we'll start our first oxygen room down here, too. Just because I'm going to need it. Let's bottle this up. We'll mop all this. I'm going to build an oxygen room down here at the bottom so that I can take the oxygen, run it through the water to normalize the temperature before sending it up into the colony. You dance to express yourself. Hashtag dancing dupes. Storage low just means that when the dupes drop stuff, it's closer to the containers. There's that too, yeah. It also it doesn't require any particular kind of oxygen or anything, right? So it's helpful just to kind of have it out of the way. Blue blue. Food shortage. There's a lot of mouths to feed in this colony now. I don't even know if I have enough mess tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you know what? Probably if I went in the room over there, it would just tell me. We got 1 unassigned mess table. We're gonna need a bigger great hall. I was not expecting that. Ruh-roh. How about the spiral above? It's keeping cold. Yeah, we can tap into that a little bit. A little bit anyway. It's not going to give us a ton, but there's something there. Let's dig this out. I want to gradually move into here. So I'm going to need CO2 to sit in this. And there is some sitting right on the other side. Actually, if I crack into that, it might help. Might help. We'll see. And while I'm thinking of it, maybe I'll do a ladder up here. We'll tap into this in 2 spots. And I'll throw insulation up here also to try to create a barrier. Will putting water in a vacuum to space make it disappear? It absolutely does. And so does it. It works with liquid chlorine too. When we were playing around last Thursday, I accidentally misclicked when we were in sandbox mode up in the outer space area with some liquid chlorine in order to fill the whole space in. It turned into like this whole crazy green aura like flying up in space because we filled it all with chlorine, and then it all started to vent off into space. It was pretty cool looking. Totally accidental, but really awesome looking. Is there plenty of mushrooms nearby? Yeah, we got a few. A couple out there, a couple dust caps out there. Some more up here, so that's it. Wow, look at the size of that algae patch. That's pretty sweet. Okay, they dug this up. All right, so down here... Oh, there's another oxalate we can get to. Down here, we're going to do our fancy oxygen room. Gas pump. I'm going to insulate it just because. I don't really have a good reason. Dig that up. Figure this way, once we build around this thing, because there's going to come a point where we're going to want to build other things down here. So if I already have it insulated, I don't have to worry about temperatures coming off of it. Like so. Over to there. Make sure we leave room for doors and stuff. Throw a manual airlock here. Airflow tiles. How about if I actually left room to get in here? Stick my electrolyzer in there, and then that will be my oxygen room. First one, anyway. Actually, you know what? I should probably plan for this thing just to be big from the beginning. If I put it this close, then I'm not going to be able to expand upon it. Alright, so we'll go this route. Multiple doors. All kinds of doors. Nope. We'll need triple pumps down here. that, and one in here, I guess. Okay, so we're going to do the larger size oxygen room down here that we made last time in the colony. We only still need a single pump for hydrogen, so that's fine. There we go. Chlorine Borealis was awesome sauce. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It looked really, really neat. All right, we're going to need a second electrolyzer in here. So we got double electrolyzer with triple pump. That'll keep our colony completely oxygenated and give us enough of an offshoot that when we build exosuits, we can tap into that also. I can't build any automation stuff yet, which does give me some pause. Build a ladder down here. All right, they got a lot of building to do there. Well, we can continue doing some research. So we'll let our duplicates go to work down here. We should probably set all the rest of this to be dug out for any space that we don't have covered. It almost made a chlorine atmosphere. Yeah, kind of, right? And then it just sort of like all vented off. It looked wild though, the way it was like going off in wisps and things. It was really neat. Nevertheless, we have drawn past the midnight hour, my time. It is 12:11 a.m. So I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight, and we will come back on Thursday night to play this colony some more. I think tomorrow night I'm going to play some more They Are Billions and try to finish out that game we were playing on Monday night. It's going fairly well. We're around day 59 or 60 out of 100 days to try to work with in there to try to get a win. So we'll see what we can do to try and squeak a win out of there. So feel free to pop in tomorrow night if you'd like to see that. It'll be around 10 p.m. Eastern time as well, same as the stream tonight. Thank you to everyone who had a super chat tonight. I really appreciate it. And for everyone coming out to support and chat, I really appreciate the community as always. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Otherwise, I'm as always CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.